Hi guys, welcome to another episode. This week, besides me losing my tooth, we're going to be talking about professional certification or professional membership. Very interesting topic for me. Please stay tuned for the rest of the video. Bit of a story for me. I always had a certain perception towards professional fees. I know what professional fees normally offer you. It's like they always create this thing to say once you have started or studied a certain certificate in a certain profession, you are now able to join a group of like-minded people where you can bounce ideas, or you can talk about things. You can just open up. It makes sense, for the people to come together. You'll be able to identify each other, to say, even though you've done the stuff on different universities or different institutions, the fact that you are part of one professional network allows you guys to be able to click in a way to say, do you remember that? Like when you do CFA, it becomes easy for you to talk about how was level 1, how did you find level 2, and then for others it looks like an alumni network. If you went into a university where you would create a community of people that went into one university, and then they can come together for a braai or for whatever, it creates a nice thing. I think back in high school or primary, depending on which one did you go to, they call it a Facebook, where you would have a magazine with faces around it. So my high school was we didn't have money for a Facebook. But what we've done is we created a group photo. I don't know, maybe it's not called a Facebook anymore, because if you have the whole class in one photo, and there were like 60 or 70 of us in one class. Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a Facebook, but when you think about it, if you have Facebook from your high school, it becomes easy to say, no man, I know this name, and you can go through a Facebook and you can see somebody's mugshot quite nicely there. Ideally, that's what happens when you have professional fees. You can relate with people. And also, the nice part about joining professional organization is that they know that you are compliant. You can't just do your own thing. You know that because you are part of this professional fee, you hold this professional thing, you would not act in a certain way. And the most thing is you would have the best voice when you go into meetings or stuff. Even when you do public speaking, the fact that you have an MBA, MBA is the qualification, but the fact that you're a chartered accountant, for instance, shows people that there's a certain institution that charters you, that allows you to grow. You can't just make up your own accounting rules. You have been chartered. Otherwise, if you make up your own accounting rules, just like Shabir Sheikh, I think Shabir Sheikh lost his credentials in one of the institutions just because of that. And for most of us, it looks good on a CV to say, ooh, you're also chartered. So, bit of a story for me when it comes to professional institutions. I think it started in 2008. 2008, I just finished my finance degree, and I was ready to branch out. I always knew that for you to make it out there, much especially in the finance world, you need to have a stance to stand on, some voice. And then I had a choice to either do my honors in financial management or investment management or financial planning. And in both ways, you could belong to a professional body. That's why Become Finance was such a powerful thing. If I went financial management, I can actually end up going into the CIMA route. I think it's Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, CIMA. So I could go there and be chartered that side. Or I could go into the investment world under investment management and then become part of Chartered Financial Analyst, CFA. Or I could join the financial planning route, where I join the financial planners. I become a chartered financial planner, CFP. Chartered financial planner, CFP. So for me, my future was bright. Either way I go, was chartering. And an honors was already a step that's recognized both sides for chartering. So I decided to pick one. I decided to go for Chartered Financial Analyst CFA. Oof, boy, was it tough. I think the first exam hit me so hard that I just saw flames. And then from there, I think I just lost the whole interest of why do I need to be chartered. I just said, you know what, I don't understand this. And that's when I went back to do my second degree in IT. And then after I done my second degree in IT, I think at one point I fell in love so much with this thing, and I did project management. I think they used to call it advanced IT project management. So with the advanced IT project management, because it was a new thing, they would just take everybody to come and become an IT project manager. It's more like when you go into YouTube right now, and then you type becoming an analyst or becoming a business analyst or project analyst. Everybody else has got videos on how can you make it without experience. So it was like that. It was just for that little time they could take anybody else without experience because it was a new thing. But for us, we had an option to be part of a professional body, which is the project management. I think it was project management South Africa, where you can earn the credentials of a PMP. So I joined the organization, I think for a year. After that, I decided, no, I don't need this thing anymore. No, it's not for me. And it was years later that I felt the pinch of it, of not being part of the professional organization or professional association. It is now later, when I just did my master's in development finance, that I was telling some of my classmates to say, guys, you better make sure that you join, because I had two options previously. It was the Chartered Financial Analyst that I didn't take. In fact, if you talk about opportunity cost, it's more than that, because I could have been in SEMA. I could have just done my honors and then started doing my professional certificate so that I can be chartered. I had an option of being SEMA. I had an option of being CFA, of which I only wrote the first exam and I failed horribly. I had an option of being a Chartered Financial Planner, CFP. Here's the fourth one, where I had an option of being a project management professional, PMP. And I joined for 1 year, and then I said, no, I'm not going to do that. The fifth one, which is the one that I have right now, after I've done my master's in development finance, is to become a chartered development finance analyst. I know, I work at the bank, but I don't work in a developmental bank. So I'm thinking, why should I do that? I'm not like working at the World Bank or something. CDFA doesn't have weight where I work because I work in the commercial bank. And I work on technology. It doesn't have weight, but it's the opportunity cost. This is my fifth try. It's like, opportunity knocking in my door the fifth time. And at this time I decided to join CDFA just to become on it. So my story is to say, I had a lot of opportunities. I knew, there's a difference between knowing what is good for you and knowing. You know that too much sugar can lead into some health complications, but we still have sugar anyway. We still have our tea and our Coke and all the other soft drinks, even though you know that it's bad for you, but we still do it anyway. So it's one of those things. It knocked 4 times, and I knew I should have actually joined one of these, but I didn't. I don't want you to ignore the thing, because on the 5th try, I am part of an organization, even though I'm not practicing what the professional body is looking for. I know in the future it will probably yield. Here's a question. Can't I just go back, since I already have the education in any of those, can't I just go back and do it? The thing with being part of the professional body, it allows you a certain time. So I think it was 4 years or 3 years after you have done, after I've done project management, I was given 4 years to join the organization. If I take more than 4 years, then I don't become, because I mean everything else changes so fast. Then right now for me to join those things, those opportunities are gone. The only opportunities that's left is the one that I have now, becoming a chartered development financial analyst. That's where sometime when I write my name I'll put that, but anyway, it's low key for now. Yeah, let's talk about the benefits of me, as far as I see, of joining one of these professional bodies. Is number one, you meet like-minded people. I don't know about you, but there's this thing called Finance Indaba. When you are in there, you feel like you're the best finance person ever. They got the best speakers. They got big CEOs coming through, CFOs. You know, the people that you battle to get an appointment with, they are there in Finance Indaba, and they are so friendly. You can ask them a thing. You can go to, let's say for instance, Ralph. You can say, Ralph, how's it? He was this managing director of Old Mutual at the time. I think now he's a CEO of MTN Group. You can even go to Ralph, how's it? How's things? What do you think about 1, 2, 3? Because he's there. You don't need to book a meeting through a PA or anything. They are there. It's like-minded. It's like a close circle. You become part of that close circle. Second thing that they always tell you about is access to research. I know just after you've done your studies, what is research to you? You don't value the research that much until you have a project that you wish somebody could just do the groundwork for you. Only then you will say, ooh, I wish somebody could have done the research for me. Because right now this project is just going sideways. So it does come in handy, the research at one point. Number 3 is they try to lure you into getting discounts on events. Yes, of course, if you can get 1 or 20%, if it means that much to you to attend an event, well, it won't be like attending, Celine Dion or a rock concert with Folk of Policy Car or Beyonce. Not that event, their own event. They give you like 20% off if you attend their own events, where maybe they might be talking about the impact of 4th Industrial Revolution on finance. You'll never know. The 4th one is work opportunities. Yes, there are work opportunities that they bring forward. I know with my one, in fact, all the 2 that I've joined, they will always, in the newsletter, they will always post to whatever bank is looking for a project manager. We used to be sent all of those all the time when I was still in University of Cape Town, the posts that are out there in development finance. So it's up to you, to write. I mean, at one point, I think one of my classmates, the opportunity to interview for IFC, International Finance Corporation, IFC, and she was accepted, as part of the things that get posted into the group. For you, it might be a small thing, but it might actually mean a lot that, somebody in the circle sent you to say, here's the job post. The last one is quite important. Receiving support when you are doing your own research. Believe in me, it's like writing a dissertation with a supervisor. Writing a dissertation without a supervisor is very, very difficult. So I think those 5 things for me is what stands out. Why should you be one as a financial analyst? For me, that is quite important because number 1, you need to mingle with like-minded people. Like-minded people help elevate your thinking. So that's number 1. You need access to their research, access to their mind. Even if they tell you to say, have you read this article about whoever? All of that's what you need so that you can better yourself. You need to do get-togethers with like-minded people. Hence why when you come together for an event and you sharing beers over there, it becomes even nicer. It just doesn't become just about the speaker, but it becomes a nice environment where you're meeting up with your friends. Work opportunities, if you are in the market, yes, I would say probably they'll give you some work opportunities. If you are not in the market, you love what you're doing like me, you don't stress about that. The last one is needing support, getting support, whichever direction that you do it, I would say definitely you need that. For me, Most of the time, you might find out that you're the only person in an organization who's doing whatever you're doing. Joining such community in organization, there might be communities, like there might be a business intelligence community where you are part of. But being part of the same like-minded community, but that is recognizable even outside of your organization, holds a bigger weight, because you get the same support as you would if you attend the project management community in your organization, but now in the international scale, where they'll just share ideas with everybody. So for me, I would say after this many years, I think I can now become an advocate for somebody else to join a professional organization, not because it's a closed system that you don't want people in, because once you are in, you will be able to help people that are not in. So that's all that we have for this week.